Hello guys, it's me Hazonic, and I am back with Season 2 of my Songs of Syx playthrough series. This time guys, we're going to be switching it up. I've gone to build version 65 or version 66, whichever the new one is. I think it is 65, which is the water update. So that's added in all the stuff about water pumping, swimming pools and canals and everything like that, but also way more changes just to the normal game than I thought there would be. I was pretty amazed when I booted it up after the last series, give it a try, and quite a lot of change. So a few things with this one. Dondorians only. So in the last series it was humans only, this time Dondorians only, but a twist guys. I'm going to be playing with no exports, no imports. That might literally kill me and I might have to get a little bit further in and find out it's simply impossible, but I think we can do it. We're playing in the cold environment, so I've got the map generated here. We're in the top where it's nice and cold. You can see if I just select here, we've got two other cities literally next to us. So it's annoying, we could have had great trade with them. But if we can build up a good little city here, get a big army potentially, because obviously Dondorians are pretty good. They are both Dondorian factions, so they will also have good armies, but we can maybe even take them on. So a no trade challenge is going to be difficult. Dondorians only is going to be pretty difficult, but I'm very, very excited. So without further ado, let's get into the episode. So we're in guys, and already I really like this map. A nice river that flows across the entire map, meaning whatever mountains we go into, we have fish resources nearby. We've then also got a nice cluster of resources here. Grain, vegetables, and then some hunted animal or huntable animals. Some resources in the mountains here. So I'm thinking this is obviously the main mountain range here. I want to build a big base. We can go there, but come on. Like, even if we start in this mountain here, filling this up, we'd get 500, 600 people, maybe even 1,000. Depends how tightly packed get the houses. So I think this is a good place to start. We've then got some resources which we can mine here for later on. Obviously not straight away. We won't need any gems. Oh, is this Silothion? I could never say that. We don't need that straight away. But in the future, we've then got some clay nearby. Like I said before, fish all along here. It is a bit of a trek then to get some of the vegetables and grain, but nothing too crazy. Yeah. Oh, there is a lot of food over here, but we'll just have to trek across the map for that. I like it. I like the spot. I'm going to get my throne room placed in the mountain. We'll build around it, and then we'll have to come outside of the mountain to get some wood. Maybe we even build into this woodland. Okay, so we're in. I've got my throne room placed near the northern tip of the mountain here. So I want to use this area down here for our woodcutters and woodcutter collection. So I'm going to set up a nice little settlement here because I think it might be just a bit too far for them to reach. If I get some houses down here, it should be okay. We've got a warehouse set up here, a semi-decent sized warehouse, especially to start with, nothing too crazy. And then up here is where we need to get our food. The fisheries, and then also by building a hunter. But in version 65, which sort of threw me off guard at first, is hunting's changed. Hunting before, you only built your hunter's lodge, I think it was just out of wood, and then they got hunting all the animals on the map. Now, hunters actually hunt off the map. They don't hunt any animals on the map. So you've got this hunt tool here, so you can just like literally hunt, see 80 meat there, 117 leather, and then your odd jobbers do it. So hunters now cost furniture. Need to get carpenter set up first, because obviously no trade guys. If you want to get stuff built, we have to do it ourselves. So I don't want a carpenter too big, because I always find that I never have enough wood or whatever, enough people to man it. So I can get a nice semi-sized carpenter, getting some basic furniture, something like this size maybe. See how many people that can fit in. Okay, maybe a little bit bigger than that. So next on my list is to lay out some basic amenities and services for our little Dondorians. So they're in the civic section here. We need a hearth, we need some houses, speakers, wells, laboratories we can't get just yet, we'd have to need furniture, and then also food stall. Food stalls are now really important. These are a new building, which before you just go to access and you'd up the amount of food rations. Now you need food stalls. If people don't have access to a food stall, they can't get extra rations. And they also then don't get that little boost from food stall. So I'll need one of them. And then I'll also need, is it religion, some shrines. These are new, but I don't remember ever being shrines. only the temples. So I'm gonna get all of that laid out, and we'll get our basic little settlement up and running. Then we'll need to work on getting some woodcutters going to fuel the carpentry, or the furniture construction. We can get away with felling trees, but we can't do that for the long term. And then also we need some food. So I'll need some hunter's lodge set up from the furniture being produced. There we go, guys. Services have started to be set up. The well, the hearth. I've got 2 massive ones. Obviously, we don't need that many people right now for it. But later on, when I plan to build a lot of houses and get a lot of our main central city built in here, I don't want to have to keep building lots and lots of small ones. So some 2 big ones should last us a little bit longer. Carpenter's construction is almost done. The warehouse construction is just beginning, but everything's clear and all the resources are there. So after that, we'll need to get a lot of our people working in the carpentry so we can get our hunters building. Just felling some trees up here, just get enough wood for these 2 buildings. And then after that, we'll need to get a little bit of wood and everyone else working on the carpet. Okay, so I've got my basic housing being set up here. I've gone for in between, not apartments. I want to have a little bit more space efficiency than apartments, but not long houses. In my city, where most of my residents are going to be staying, I want to go for the houses. I've got that. I've got a few, I'll say a few actually. I've only got 1 extra person who's working for us, but I've got 1 person working in the warehouse. I've got 5 working in the carpentry building. I actually need to turn this down because actually we're not getting enough wood for that to run. So let's fell some more trees first. We're struggling with food is what's going on. So I've had to send out my guys on a hunting mission to get some food, get some of the nearby sort of vegetable patches, forage. So we're getting just a nice chunk of food coming in. Getting these houses done though will be a good start so we can get rid of all our homeless people, get them in housing. But yeah, really then it's just about getting a lot of that food foraged. Actually, let me just turn this down to 0. Yeah, get a lot of that food foraged and try and raising the population so we can actually get more jobs going, so we can start to get some of those hunters furniture buildings built. Okay guys, so we're aiming for 97 furniture. That is for 11 hunters to bring back 39 meat. That's quite a lot. I'm playing in the cold biome, which is what the Dondorians favour, and the cold biome gives you 20% more from hunting. So hunting will actually be an important food source for us, especially because the Dondorians are trash at a lot of other types. Animal husbandry, they're not awful, they're just not good. They're just average, basically. But farming, they're one of the worst at farming, as far as I'm aware. So farming is obviously a major food source that I'm used to with the humans, where I can just pump out like half the map is just fruit farms, and you're getting thousands of apples per day or per year, whatever the cycle is. But yeah, as the Dondorians, I generally struggle to get food, which is why you import a lot. But without trading, guys, ooh, it's going to be one difficult playthrough. That is where the fun comes from, isn't it? So anyway, we've got 9 free workers. I'm going to put 1 more into the carpentry, 8 just to do other odd jobs, such as hunting, because we're actually running out of food. So let's do a little bit of hunting. And one thing as well, you need to be very... Oh, we've got the bolter crawlers here. Brilliant. They're so good for food. 200 food from just 3 of them. So you need to actually be, and what I like, is sustainable with your hunting now. Because before, you just have your hunters and basically let them run riot. They do whatever they wanted, those hunters did, in your building. But now these hunters are off map, which means you control how many animals you hunt. I could select all these bolter crawlers, kill all of them. Brilliant, I've got 1,000 food. Oh, but then they're all dead. And then they're not going to be able to breed. Whereas if I kill 3 at a time, it's enough that if I wait, I don't know what the cycles are in this game. I know it's days and years, but I think it's maybe a year you wait and they start to come back again. So if you're like sustainable with them, they'll keep producing more animals, so you keep getting more and more food. So that is where you need to have a think about it. So if you're expanding too quickly and you have to hunt so many at once, you're obviously not going to be able to, in the long term, survive because all the animals will be killed. There we go, guys. So I was wondering why my guys weren't actually hunting these animals. It's because we didn't actually have a tool across the map, a crossing. So I built a little crossing here. And I like now, they're like little stepping stones. Before, when you removed water, it just generally had like a, just remove the water, looked very silly. But now little stepping stones. Awesome, we've got a crossing to the map. And we can see food days have shot up. We've got 200 food. We're now also welcoming some more people to our place. So let's get some more of these guys working in the carpentry, and then we can get some more trees felled as well. So one thought I have is while the Dondorians are rubbish at farming, we can go here, Dondorians, and then if we scroll down, we can see Dondorians at farming, they are 65%. They're rubbish. But mushrooms, and Dondorians love mushrooms as well. There's a food preference. They're normal. They're 100%. So they still got that 20% less than humans, which is what I'm used to playing as the humans. But they're still 100%. They're not terrible. And because we're in a cold biome, mushrooms get a double bonus. So actually, guys, mushroom farming, I think is a very, very good one for us to go for. Because we can pump out loads of these mushrooms. The Dondorians love mushrooms. And we get decent use out of them. Efficiency out of growing them. Only problem is we need mushrooms to grow mushrooms. And currently we only have 17. So I can restrict, if I, they won't be very happy with me, but if I restrict the mushrooms so we can actually use them, we can get a small little mushroom farm going, and then from that we can get more mushrooms to grow more mushrooms. But it's going to take up a lot of workers, but in the long term, I think it's going to be very, very good. With that, that's 16 mushrooms, that's all our mushrooms, or almost all our mushrooms, used up. We'll then get a little bit of mushrooms back. Once the other mushrooms on the map are ripe, you can harvest them, and all I can do is just click on the room and expand it to get that major, major fertility from that mountain bit there. Oh, boom! We've also got our hunter lodge set up, so we actually are using up a little bit too many workers for that, so I'm going to take off some there. Perfect. We're now using up all our workers, but then at the same time, we're getting loads of food in now. I also am uncomfortable with the amount of food we've got, because there's so many animals on the map that we can hunt. We've got a mushroom farm that's going to give us a little bit of yield. And now we've also got 36 food coming in from the hunter's lodge. So we haven't got any jobs, but what I'm going to do is build a food stall. So that gives us a little bit of a boost. Well, actually, no, before I do that, I'm going to get the shrine. The Athuri is the main religion that our guy focusing on. So let's get a shrine to them made. But then we also get a food stall. And not only does that give them a little bit of happiness because they've got the food stall. Food stall allows us to give them more food, which massively, massively increases the amount of people who want to live in our city. So, food rations increased to 2. And oh boy, we're going to see a massive spike in the amount of people who want to work in our little city or live in our little city. With those extra people, we can keep putting them on to hunting. So we get, one extra person on hunting, which gives us a few more jobs. So with them, as I said before, I'm going to get the shrine. The shrine made. Maybe 102 worship is a little bit too much. But actually, no, I think that's good actually. Because again, like I said, it's going to be our main city. So getting a big one there is will last us for a while. Forget that. Just need to manage food. Food is the hardest thing to manage with the Dondorians. At least that's what I find. So setting us up for the long term, I'm just thinking more mushroom farms, or at least as much mushroom farms as we got for good fertility. We'll need to see about that. But let's get access. Let's give our people a little bit of furniture. Let's give them full stone. Wood I'm going to leave because we don't have any woodcutters. The people, they love me. Loads of people want to join us. We've gone up to probably what, about 27 there, 28 actually. So we've got 9 free workers. We could hire more carpenters, but as you can see, they're running a little bit low on wood. So that's probably not the best one to do right now. But then also a woodcutter needs furniture. So we'll just need to chop down loads of trees. But let's get a woodcutter set up. I think I want to get a semi-decent sized one out here. My only worry though is if I build it out here, it's quite far away from these houses, so they might get proximity issues with services. We might have to build a whole new little service bit out here, but I think it should be okay. It's not too far away. So I'm going to get this one made over here. I have to split up these things. Yeah, that's it, basically done. Okay, boom, the fishery, really easy to set up actually, just 10 wood, 7 fishermen gives us 7.7 fish, which yeah, is another bonus to the cold environment, which gets plus 10% to fish. So getting 7 workers here will be a good start to a little bit of food, and also a food preference for the Dondorians, so not only is it feeding us, but it's also making them more happy. Yeah, but looking, we've got tons of meat coming in. These hunters are doing a fantastic job. So I'm not going to up the food rations anymore, but it does just mean we can try and get more people in by introducing other services. So getting laboratories in, making sure we have enough services, for example, enough speakers so we can see here. But look at that, 44 people we've got. We give you, oh, they're going to give me a shield. Oh, how kind, the Dominion of Yerva. Perfect. So 17 unemployed people, wow. So we need more furniture for this. We've got plenty of wood. So let's actually massively up the amount of furniture we're getting. Let's go up to full 16 workers. These other lads, I'm going to get them, I want to say hunting because we've got so much meat already. I think I'm going to get another fishery made because we're always going to need more fish, and that is more preference food as well. Whereas meat isn't a preference food for the dwarf. Okay guys, so I had missed a pretty critical building. I had missed the janitor's building, so I've built one here, and that's going to get repairs going across our little village. Food again, it's going very, very, very good. We've got 344 meat. I said I was going to get some aquaculture. Actually, there's very good aquaculture space over here, very good over here, but none here. You can see there's just no shallow water. The problem with that is, well, yes, I can get aquacultures built here and get loads of fish. They're now too far away. I probably will need to set up housing, services, etc., for those areas over there, which means when they expand, I need to get more food stalls and keep this and doing that. And, well, yes, you can do that when you have tons and tons of people. What I found with the Dondorians is I struggle to get that growth up. So having to constantly have an extra person who works in the laboratories, and an extra person who works in the food store, an extra person who works as a speaker, just because I'm building something that's too far away to use my current services, those extra jobs are precious. So using them up is a big no-no. So I think I'm going to leave it for now. Instead, I can get more hunters if needed. I can hunt more on the map if needed. And I want to do other ways to improve my likelihood of people joining, such as providing lots of clothes. So next thing I want to do is actually get a tailor shop made. I'm not sure where. No, actually, I think next to the hunter's shop, because that's where obviously all the meat coming in would be. So that makes sense to me. Not a fishery. Let's get a tailor shop done. Look at that, guys. Our woodcutter is done. So I'm not going to have all 8 people working on it. I'm going to have just maybe 4 for now. That's enough just to get a little bit of wood coming in. We need a lot of wood for our furniture. My goodness, we need 66. But getting, 10, that does help offset it a little bit. And it leaves us 4 workers as well. Food is not running out, but I can see it. Before it was maintaining about 350, now only 260. But if I expand my mushroom farm to be much, much bigger, that will take a little bit of weight off of that. I'm also only hiring 1 tailor for now, just because we don't have enough leather. The hunters don't bring in leather, they only bring in food, so we can't get any leather from that. So the only leather we're getting is from hunting manually. Like, for example, these aurochs down here give us a decent bit of leather. So that's a shame. But we'll just have to keep hunting every now and then to get a little bit of leather in. On the other hand, though, the Dondorians are very happy and more people want to join us. I'm just thinking of what we can get them to actually do, because we have got unlocked the laboratory now. We did hit, is it Emir? I think Emir is the first rank, which lets you unlock the laboratory. So we can get that. There's also the bakery, which we can start building to turn grain into bread. But the only grain we're getting is from forage grain, so it's not very reliable. But at the same time, we can have 1 person working all year round just to produce us the tiniest bit of bread. Never does more than nothing. So yeah, let's get that going. The bakery, just a very, very small one for now. Okay, guys, so we now have 47 mushrooms. I said I was going to do it, and I'm doing it. I'm increasing the size. So we go here. So we've got so much fertile ground. So there we go. That's about 47 there. 42, I can expand it a little bit more. Up here as well. 51, okay. 47. But once I decrease some of these to fill in the gaps. There we go. So that's 38. So let me just expand it more. And that will be our mushroom farm set up and ready to go. There we go, guys. I'm happy with that. 43 out of 47 mushrooms used. 6 farmers exactly to produce 11 mushrooms per farmer. Oh, sorry, 11 mushrooms just daily. 92% fertility. That's still amazing. Let's get that worked on. Let's take a little bit of time to mine it all out. And then in the meantime, I am going to expand the amount of immigrants we allow, just because they're going to need to be working on this mushroom farm anyway. Okay, guys, so I'm going to get another mushroom farm set up. Food is now quite low. Meat's gone down to 93, but we've got plenty more workers, so we can get massive mushroom farms set up here where the soil is very, very fertile. That is what I think I'm going to have to do to keep expanding, because mushrooms, yeah, they take a lot of work. We have to do a lot of mining, but they do give pretty good yields compared to some of the other things as well. There we go, guys. 662 stone. Quite expensive, but a very, very massive mushroom farm here. So it takes up a lot of space. I'm going to have to do a lot of mining to have access around it. But I don't think any of this was able to be used for fish. If we look... I can't actually look right now. Let's just click yes here. Yeah, this doesn't look like it's stuff that can be used for fish. And if it can, then, well, I'll probably have to change it. No, this is all not usable for fish. So we're not taking up any fish space here. It's just a nice big mushroom farm. Take a lot of work. But we have enough mushrooms currently to construct it. Let's get going. So with that, guys, I am thinking more mushrooms. I'm just thinking food is our limiting factor currently. We can get more services because we can still get lavatories. We can still up the amount of furniture we give to our people. We can increase food rations. Well, not right now, but we could do. So we can get more people, but it's just about feeding them. But mushroom farms, we've got 113 mushrooms. Yes, I haven't said it so people can eat mushrooms yet, but I want to get them planted. So we've got 11 free workers. So I do actually need to do a little bit of hunting before we do actually die out. Really, it is just about getting these mushroom farms set up. There we go, guys. Look at the amount of meat we've now got. We've got full stock. So let's up the amount I'm storing. Mushroom farms, I just need to get some more. More people are joining us. And that just means more people for the mushroom farms. In terms of fertility, we have lots and lots of fertility over here. So I'm thinking let's get mushroom farms here. We just need to watch out to make sure we can get paths around it. I'm pretty confident we can. It's about making sure. For example, we need to tunnel around this mushroom farm here, and then also build, remove water around here so we can still traverse there. The magic mushroom farm is complete, or at least the plans are. 73 mushrooms, 94% fertility, 7.43. Let's actually expand that. I don't want it ever on an odd number. I want it to be on a nice round number, just so we can get the correct amount of farmers in. So if we look here, this actually is fishable land. I don't want to push too far up there, and will like impact the ability for us to have fisheries there later on. And saying that the land over here isn't that. It is pretty decent over here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Ooh, we're close. There we go. And then if I expand there, yeah, we can start removing some of these. Boom! There we go. 8 farmers, 15.10 production. Ah, this is absolutely delicious. Let's get our doorway here. Let's get actually a few doorways dotted around. There's plenty of access into our building. 277 stone. We've got plenty. I just need to make sure, as I said, that we have tunnels all around so that we can actually properly navigate. So guys, I've got another new building set up. New to obviously this city and new to Songs of Syx in this update, which is the market building. So it's pretty much the exact same as the food store building. It just, instead of doing food, it does anything that would be sold as furniture or furnishings for a house. So for us, at the moment, that is stone and furniture, which we're going to sell here. So it means that people get the happiness boost for having access to our markets, just like any other service. But it also means that people have a better access to furnishing, so they can furnish their houses quicker and more effectively. So it's good in both ways. So we've got a worker there. That can improve people's mood. We're up to 71 people. Brilliant, brilliant stuff. 260 mushrooms. I'm honestly tempted how fertile all this land is. Over here is actually fishing territory, but over here in this central bit, it's just so fertile. We can see here, well, only actually about 80. No, yeah, up here, 96%, 100%. So, oh, so much potential there to get some more mushroom farms. Delicious. Other things we can do without getting any technology going is we can get a lavatory. That's what, yeah, actually, I think lavatory is the last thing we can do before we need to start researching new ways to improve happiness, such as like taverns or fighting arenas or whatever. But we'll get a lavatory down. Got plenty of furniture for it. So it's health, lavatory. Need to find a good spot for it, but I want somewhere easy to access centrally. I also realised there are gems. Complete idiot. I did build on top of all the gems and coal that was in this cave. So I'm going to try and leave this here, and if we need to build a mine later, look a bit silly being right in the centre of our town, but hey, we're greedy for those gems, so we'll have to see about that. But lavatory, I do want central, but I'm not going to build on top of these gems. So let's try and find somewhere good for it. There we go, guys. That is our lavatory being constructed. Said it wouldn't be too big, but I've actually gone for a nice size one. I think it's got space for 47 people. Or 47 service, whatever it is. So that will be good to serve actually a decent amount of people later on. And also very nice and central. It is cutting off this path, but these people love this shrine to Athuri. So they'll happily walk over it. That's that done. That is all the services we can get. And boom, a new level. Training grounds, dungeons, and slavers. As well as actually some increase to immigration and happiness. Perfect. So training ground could actually be pretty useful just to build up a small militia, but I'm not going to do it just yet. Instead, I want to focus on continuing to grow our settlement. We've got our bakery going, but not enough grain for it. We've got our tailor going, but not enough leather for it. Carpenter's going with wood, so that is fine. But I think we actually have enough furniture for all our people anyway. So we need to increase our clothes production. We need leather for. And we need to increase, we don't need to increase our bread production because we're getting a lot of mushrooms and meat, but bread the dwarfs do like, or the Dondorians, sorry. So I would like to do it, but we need grain for that. And well, I don't think we're very good at growing grain, and I'd rather grow mushrooms. So maybe bread is just going to have to wait because I'd rather grow the mushrooms than the grain. So yeah, I think what I want to do is start to expand over here. Get mushroom farms inland and then aquacultures on the river. A massive amount of food. But yeah, have to build some services, but we'll have plenty of new people to support the jobs there. Look, we've got 18 workforce anyway. What I also want to do is get, maybe not leather actually, but go for, if I go to husbandry, onks pastures. Onks are really good in the coal biome. They get a 50% increase. But onks also, I believe, are reared well by the Dondorians, or at least not badly. No, they're the same. You can see here, Dondorians get 80%, but they also get 80% with the other animals. Okay, so there's no difference, but it's just that they're better in the cold. So onks provide a little bit of meat, but they're also a little bit of cotton. We're obviously rubbish at growing cotton, but to get some from the onks, we're getting a little bit of meat, and we can get a weaver set up to make some textiles. Textiles we can then use for upgrades to furnish our houses and then also to produce clothes. But that is definitely a lot more later on process. We don't even have a laboratory yet, let alone getting all that tech. And look at them go, guys. We've got 2 large fisheries being built there and then a large mushroom farm. Again, I'm going to have to do a little digging just around, make sure that there is space to maneuver across it. But yeah, brilliant, brilliant stuff. And it's not too much of a far walk to get back to our main territory. Look at that, guys. 2 working fisheries with a working mushroom farm. And we still have 12 people spare. We even wanted to join us as well. Loads of mushrooms coming through. The harvest just having happened. And now, mushrooms are going to be a big source of food in our Dondorian diets. I'm also thinking about furniture. So I want to get a couple more people working in the furniture industry. I really want to get maybe some onks pastures up, just so I can start to get that cotton in. But really, that's pretty useless unless we get the laboratory. So, laboratory, here I come. There we go, guys. 15 scientists working in our brand spanking new laboratory. So, that is all of our guys used up. We've got 0 workforce now, but we've still got a bit of room to increase the happiness and therefore more people to join us. These 15 laboratory workers obviously going to get us a lot of technology points. I'm just thinking, where do I allocate them? I do think I want to go for the weaving technology bonus first, just so I can get, not bonus, sorry, the actually unlocking it, just so I can get some of that made. But even then getting, oh no, masonry costs iron. You need to actually have iron bars to run a masonry store, a masonry workshop. So we'll actually ignore that one for now. Also looking, maybe even spending, what is it, 500 to get plus 10% to our mushroom farms. That's an idea, but I'm not 100% sure if I want to go for that straight away, because that is quite costly. So even just in terms of housing now, we do actually need more houses. So I'm thinking, let's get ourselves a little bit of extra housing in this section out here. One annoying thing about houses is, unlike the other buildings, houses, you have to mine it out first, unless the door's free. So here you can see the door's free, but here you can't build anything because the door's not free. But it's a little bit annoying about trying to build houses inside the mountains. So what I'm going to have to do instead is actually just dig all of this out, and then that will easily allow me to mine. There is stone here, and it's it's only 33% stone deposit. I'm sure there's other stone on the map. I'm not sure we're going to be that desperate for stone. Yeah, there's some stone up here, which is actually it is a 29%. But if we're that desperate for stone later on, we'll just have to travel away up there and set up workshops over there instead. No, I'm actually going to leave that stone there, because it's no point just mining over it for the sake of it. So I'm going to actually change my digging to take place in this section over here. So it's a lot of work to dig all of this out, but we'll get it done. We've got we've got 2 odd jobbers. We have more people who want to join us, so let's allow them in. There we go, guys. I have got my housing here finished, so all our people are housed. We've got 110 little plebeians who are very, very happy currently. We have got our workshop now, which I've got up to 16 people working, with 6 workforce who are able to, you know, do just the odd jobs here and there. So, plans for next episode is to expand our fisheries, keep expanding down here and down here and down here. More and more fish, get more and more mushroom farms, get a nice little connection going there. Also then, starting to spend some of these technology points. We've got 566 available. So, try and maybe get some onks pastures set up with then weavers then built. We can turn the cotton into textiles, and then those textiles into clothes, or the textiles just simply given as furnishings to our Dondorians. And yeah, just constantly trying to expand our city, getting bigger and bigger, getting more technology points, getting more everything. It's going to be a very, very fun series. No export, no import, Dondorians only. It's a big ask, but I'm prepared to take on the challenge, guys. So anyway, if you've watched the end of this first episode, thanks a million. I'm very excited to join you on this journey for what could be quite a long series, so do stay tuned. Please make sure to subscribe if you do want to see more, and make sure to like if you did enjoy this episode. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in episode 2.